Hi everyone, welcome to the Vegan Mooncat. Today I have a special guest with me. It's Tina Newman, the author of Vivi The Super Vegan. Hi Tina.
Hiya, how are you?
I'm all right, thanks. I'm all right. Thanks for joining us today. Been really looking forward to having you on the channel. A really big fan. I mean, I only came across the books maybe a month or two ago, but yeah, I've been super impressed, and I'm a big child at heart anyway. So, you know, I love reading children's books, and I've got kids, so that's a great excuse to do it.
Amazing. So you've all enjoyed it?
Yeah, we've all enjoyed it. You know, I mean, I know it's geared towards maybe the younger audience, maybe up to 8 years old. Is that right?
Yeah. Because I've self-published, I don't really have like to fit into any kind of category, but like as I say to everyone, it's suitable for all ages, adults, everything, but it's probably aimed at, about 3 to 8, probably those kind of first few years at school.
Yeah, I mean, I read it with my 10-year-old daughter, Bella, who I'm sure people who are watching might be familiar with because she's been on some of my videos, and she absolutely loved it. I mean, I think the thing is, I mean, when you've been looked around and obviously you've been thinking of doing the book, I mean, you probably noticed yourself, there's not a lot of books about vegans, you know, for children to read or veganism. So to get a book that is about you know, like a super vegan, you know, it's quite a thing really. So even kids of like 10 years old, you know, especially when they're a vegan themselves, it's quite, oh, there's a vegan in this book and they're a superhero. This is amazing. How are your kids sort of with the book? Do they enjoy reading it?
Yeah, I think they've had their moments where they've been like super proud and like loved it, and then they probably like get a little bit fed up of it as well, because like mommy's always working and there's Vivi the Super Vegan again, and those boxes are in the way in the kitchen and all of those kind of things. But they're like my #1 fans. They're so adorable. But I mean, they are only Diddy still. They're 4 and 6. But yeah, they've been super supportive and really helpful, like when I was writing the stories as well, because I could kind of like bounce ideas off them, seeing as they're my target audience.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
It's
That's a handy thing
very
to have.
helpful. Yeah, very helpful.
Are the kids vegan as well?
They are.
I know you are, aren't you?
Yeah. No, they've been vegan the same length as me. So 3 years now we've all been vegan.
Snap, same as me.
Ah, no way.
3-year vegans.
Yes, 3-year vegans. 2017. Is that right?
Yeah,
2017.
Yeah, that's the best year to go vegan.
What was it for you then? What made you go vegan?
Well, with mine, it was health. I started off at 34 stone, and I was very ill. So initially, I went plant-based, you know, for my own health, you know, which made massive differences. I lost a lot of my excess weight, reversed loads and loads of illnesses. You'll know what it's like yourself, where even if you're looking at something to do with health and you're typing plant-based meals, or, you know, like disease reversal on a plant-based diet, into YouTube and Google and all these other sort of, you know, social media, you always end up getting stuff about the animals back as well. So, you know, that opens your eyes, you know, a bit like if I was stood in front of Vivi and she used a particular special superpower, that would open my eyes as well. I was going to ask, you know, obviously I don't want to ruin it for anyone who's not read the book yet, but the superpower that I'm referring to, speculo, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why can't she control it?
Well,
just happens. That's what I was curious about.
So I've based that superpower on how I think vegans actually do affect non-vegans just by being in their presence. So I think it's something that we do like subconsciously. I know myself from being vegetarian before, if I was ever around someone, to be fair, I didn't really know any vegans, but if I was around somebody who maybe made me think about stuff that I was unaware of, it kind of makes you feel that kind of the defense mechanism, and it kind of starts getting.
I know exactly what you mean. I've had that before I was vegan, when other people have talked about reducing sort of those kind of products, you know, you sort of I get you entirely on that one.
It kind of is coming up whether you're aware of that or not. And so I wanted to base her superpower on how I've seen in the last 3 years people react when you say that you're vegan, and like you don't have to really say anything or be any different with that person at all, but just by being with them in that room, it's bringing up all these feelings for them, and it's making them look at their own lifestyle and their own their own lifestyle choices and their eating habits and everything. So I kind of wanted it to represent that. And speculo is the Latin word for mirror.
Oh, okay, right, okay, I didn't know that. So that's,
yeah, I have to double check that now.
Perfect sense with the naming now.
So yeah, I just kind of wanted to bring in that little bit of fun that I knew about, and I don't think anybody's asked me that actually. So you are now in on the secret.
I feel special, not in a bad way.
Yeah. And I genuinely believe that is what happens when people are around vegans, whether they want to admit that or not. That is what. Yeah, that's
sometimes you get a positive reaction, like like the characters in the book, where they see it reflected back, and they start to feel for the animals, and they think about making a change. Some other people may not react quite as well to that superpower, and you get anger or mockery or some other sort of like emotion from them. But it definitely, whichever way it happens, there's always a reaction. There's always some kind of reaction.
And someone did actually, I've had such positive response about my books, which has been amazing, but obviously you can't please everybody. And I remember somebody writing a review or a comment somewhere saying that they felt that it was setting children up for failure, seeing how quickly Mrs. Rufflefeather made that connection and made that change. And, all the while I can completely understand what they're saying, that's not what my intention was, for children to think that is going to happen every time that they have a conversation with someone, or it was just to empower them, that they know that they have that power within them. It may not necessarily happen like that.
No.
It's a children's book full of magic where she's turning her head teacher into a dog. It's obviously not meant to be.
It's not completely based in fact.
It's not realistic in the slightest. It's got talking animals in. So, I take people's comments on board, but at the same time, there is this element of it is a children's book. It is just
that's the thing, isn't it? A lot of people in life generally take things way too seriously, and vegans are no exception to that rule. Sometimes we take things exceptionally serious because obviously the core belief of veganism, about the animals, is a very serious topic. But it's still a children's book, and kids like to have superpowers, and they like. When I was a kid, I always liked Star Wars, and I wanted to be able to move things like a Jedi Knight. Can you
not do that?
No, I can't. What? It's embarrassing. I tried for so many years. It was getting a little sad though. Eventually, at maybe the age of 30, 35, I had to stop because it just wasn't getting anywhere.
I don't think you should ever give up.
Maybe not. I'll resume my Jedi training shortly. What made you decide to sort of start writing the children's book? Was there sort of like a moment that occurred that thinking, because obviously you've written Vivi, the Super Vegan, and Vivi and the Planet Protector so far in that series of books. I mean, were they your first attempts at writing, or did you write something else before? And what made you switch to like the Vivi books?
It was all really new for me. I've written things in the past, but never anything published. And as far as my writing experience went, I did A-levels in English, and that's kind of where it stopped. And I never thought like, oh wow, I really want to write a book or anything when I was at uni. And so it was all very new, but it literally kind of it came about very, very soon after we went vegan, because I love reading books to my kids. Like, we're a real book family, always have done. Like, we've always loved reading before bed. And so I straight away looked for books when we went vegan. And although I found a few that I bought, and they were fantastic. They were the Ruby Roth books. But I think they're kind of aimed at an older audience and a lot more serious and educational, which is very important, really, really needed. But it wasn't what I was looking for. And my girls were very small. They were only 1 and 3. So I really wanted to find something that was age appropriate and that they could really enjoy and still was quite fun. I really wanted to get the balance right with it. It's a very important and serious topic to address in a children's book.
Certainly,
I don't claim to be an amazing writer or anything, so I just wanted a story that would touch children and empower them, but they could still have that fun and mischief and magic in. And I love Roald Dahl books and his kind of the cheekiness, and I thought, I might annoy parents a bit with the fact that Vivi's doing these kind of like almost little naughty tricks on her head teacher, and you know, these boys when they've upset the hedgehog in the second book and stuff. But I thought, do you know what, like that's what kids love in books. And
yeah, definitely,
to address a topic like veganism, which is so hard, you need that balance, and you need that kind of the fun to still come through. So that was my hope.
Obviously there's a whole variety of characters in the books. The character Vivi, where did the name come from?
That came about when I was writing a story. I just happened to meet someone who said, hey, I'm Vivi, and I was like, never heard that name before. Her full name was, I think it was Genevieve. Okay. And it just happened to fit. I'd been stuck on what I was going to call her for like a good 2 months, and yeah, I met this lady, and then that was it.
The universe was shining down on you.
It was indeed.
Giving you some luck, you know, that's awesome, you know. Yeah, because it's quite random. Obviously you met somebody with like the ideal name, and you've never heard the name before, and then it's boom in print.
Yeah, I know. I can't imagine her being called anything else now, but
no, definitely not.
And it was very cool with the second book, because I ran that as a competition on my Instagram, and I said, you know, name the boy character. And there were so many good names, and I'd already had a few in my head when I was writing. And he was named something completely different the whole way through my drafts and sending it off to the editor and everything. But when these 3 people picked the name Pax, or Paxton, which means peace, I was like, that is the name. I
like the fact that his names, you know, like the names like you know, for the Superpower, and you know, like Pax's name have all got another meaning to them. You know, if you dig a little bit deeper, you know, that's good. That's really good stuff. Are any of the other characters that are in the books, are they actually based on anyone you've ever come across? I know it's a children's book, and you know, and I'm maybe going too deep into it here, but you know, it's like. Is there anyone else in there who, you know, who you sort of like, yeah, a bit like the person I knew in life, that one?
I better be careful, because I could really insult some people here. So I will leave it in a positive way and say not the actual character of Farmer Mudfoot in the second book, but the whole story. I based that on Jay Wild, the farmer who donated his herd to Hillside.
I know who you mean.
Yeah, so I have been in touch with him actually and sent him a copy of the book, and I said, I've not based Farmer Mudfoot on you. He is in no way representational with his chortling away like a pig with hiccups, I think I said at one point.
Yeah, you did. It was
and like, I'm sure that would probably annoy a few farmers if they saw the way I've portrayed him, but I just wanted them to be a stereotypical you know, your farmers.
That's that superpower, though. You know what I mean? They'll only be annoyed because you're reflecting back what they're doing at them, and they have to pay attention to it. You know?
There you go.
So there you go.
It's
a real superpower. How do you think you would have reacted to sort of like Vivi when you were a child of that sort of age and read it?
Well, I mean, I am literally Vivi. Like everything she stands for, everything. I wanted to base the character on my 2 girls kind of put together, and my eldest is exactly like me. Like, she's a big empath. She's very affected by things. She gets very upset when she sees the slaughter trucks go by in the school run and things. I did go vegetarian at 11 because of what I saw. And if I'd have seen, as I said, what happened in the whole industry with the dairy and eggs, I would have said, rather than saying to my parents, I want to go vegetarian, I would have said, I want to go vegan.
Were your parents vegetarian or anything at the time?
My mum was, and yeah, my dad wasn't. And yeah, they were very supportive anyway, and they made it happen really, really for me. But yeah, so that was 21 years. I 100%, as you say, I literally love animals so much, and I was exactly the same as a child. And my brother was like, he nicknamed me Dr. Dolittle, because even if we were ever anywhere and there were bugs that were struggling on the floor, and I still do it with my girls now. If there's a worm crossing the path on the school run, I've got parents behind me, and they're all like waiting because we're trying to get the worm out of the way, and they think I'm bonkers, but I've been like it since I was a child. So yeah, I would have been the same.
I think you said before, the reaction generally has been pretty good from your family to the VV books.
Yeah. As I said before, I don't know what's being said behind my back, but I don't really care. I think like when I released the first book, I think people probably thought, they probably didn't take me very seriously, like, and they probably just thought it was something that I was just gonna do and it was gonna flop, and then I'd probably go away and be quiet. And now I've obviously released the second book. I think people can see, okay, no, she's serious. And now I'm like popping up in like a magazine review or different things. I'm getting myself out there.
I saw the magazine. Have you got that one with you still?
Where have I put it? Here we go.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, I was really excited because this is obviously, the UK's biggest vegan magazine. So to be featured in this, and I'm only a year into all of this. Like, I obviously only launched the first book last year. So I was pretty blown away when Lisa from the Vegan Business Tribe said, did I want to be in it? But to
That's
get
amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, I was really, really chuffed, and it's such a positive thing. And this is obviously out right up until Christmas now, so it's
I mean, that's good. I mean, it's well deserved, you know, and it's obviously in the Christmas magazine as well. So when people are going to be reading that for Christmas ideas for food or whatever, I see, you know, they're going to see the book, and you know, hopefully you'll get lots more sales from it. You know,
that would be
so you
cool.
can write more.
Hopefully. So I think my family and friends, they definitely can see that I'm serious now. I'm in it for the long. I'm in it for the long game.
Is it your primary sort of job at the moment, or do you have a sort of like another? Obviously, I know you've got the children to look after, etc., which is all consuming for the most
Isn't
part.
It just? No, I'm a full-time writer, and the marketing side of it, the writing was the easiest. The marketing side of it is a full-time job, and because I'm doing it all on my own, my days literally consist from the minute I drop the kids off to the minute I'm picking them up. I'm working on all of the back, the things in the distance.
Yeah, there's so much. I imagine there's so much to do.
I can't even begin to tell you of trying to, keep on top of everything with obviously the social media side of things, but then getting it
that's
out
a full-time job in itself, isn't it?
But just the marketing and advertising, I mean, it is a full-time job.
Did you learn a lot of lessons from the first book? Yes. I would assume for when you made the second one, because you were brand new to sort of like trying to publish, weren't you? So that you just probably taking a lot of people's word, for different things, and doing different stuff. But now you've had all that experience, and you published the first book, and the second one, you must have learned a lot of lessons.
I did, I definitely did learn, and I'm still learning as I go anyway, because obviously the whole process was new. And what I found is that people didn't really want to help with the publishing process when they'd done it. Like, you go on forums to try and get advice and find out, should you go down the traditional route? Should you do it yourself? And printers and editors and all the different things, that it's so mind-boggling. It's literally a whole different world, right down to where do you get your barcode from? Where do you get your ISBN number? Like everything, like it was all new. So I've really learned from that process that if anyone now contacts me who wants to write a book, even if it isn't anything to do with veganism, I just want to help, because it's such a hard thing to do, and it's literally, you're pouring blood, sweat and tears into something that you believe in, and you're kind of out of pocket for, because it costs a lot of money as well.
And that's the other thing, isn't it? I mean, obviously you're a solo person doing this. I don't think you haven't got like I don't know the terminology for it, but you don't have a sort of like is it a publishing house or
publishing company? Publishing house.
Company. So you're doing this all by yourself, so I can imagine it is very, very time consuming to get this done, but it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it.
Exactly. I think, even as I said on another one, even if we never broke even, and it's not about the money for us at all. It's literally about getting the message out there, and seeing the children that we're helping along the way is exactly why I did it, and it's for a much bigger reason and a bigger picture. So if it did become very successful, then that's amazing, but it means we would just bring out more books, and we could take the Vivi
to the next sort of level. I think I already told you that I was doing a giveaway on my Instagram where I gave away the first book in the series, and the person that won it sent me a picture today of his children sitting on the bed with the book, and it was
He sent me it
absolutely
too.
amazing. The smiles were like this wide. It was absolutely fantastic, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got to thank you for that, because me sending that book made me able to see that picture of those kids being so happy.
Oh.
And then they're vegan children as well, so it must be something quite special for them to see a vegan superhero in a book, and they're the target audience as well, age-wise. So you know, you're definitely on a winner with that one, and it was so nice to see. So
that's exactly how I felt when he sent it. Like that is the whole reason for it. So it brings me so much joy seeing that.
And I recommend anyone who's not read any of the two books, go out and get them immediately. What's the best place to buy them?
So directly from our website, which is www.vivithesupervegan.co.uk.
I'll put that on screen.
The first book is on Amazon, but we obviously we hardly see anything from that money because Amazon take the massive chunk.
Now I feel bad. That's where I bought mine from.
Yeah, it's fine. But it's great to be on Amazon because it's a very big platform, and as long as people review the book, then it gives you the it brings you up on the level.
I did promise to do that, didn't I? I shall go on straight after we finished our chat. I'll go on there and I'll do the review.
Thank you. No, but yeah, directly from our website, and we ship it's worldwide delivery and free UK delivery, and we try and make it nice and easy for everybody.
Yeah, I can't say too many good things about them. You know, go get them. I don't have to say it anymore. Come on.
Thank you.
So, yeah, that's absolutely amazing. Is there anything else that you'd like to sort of say that I've breezed past and forgot to mention?
Let me have a think. Oh, well, obviously you would have heard on the other chat that my hope is that we get enough following and support with the books that we can turn this into a cartoon series, a TV series.
That would be awesome.
And yeah, it really would. And yeah, I am in dialogue with an awesome director. He's vegan, he's very talented, he's winning lots of awards for his animation, A Piglet's Tale, at the minute. And he got in touch with me, and we're seeing how we could make this happen. So yeah, it would be absolutely amazing to be able to offer that as well to children, because even if kids love books, it's quite I think most people would say in reality a lot of kids like kind of chilling in front of the TV and watching things on Netflix as well when they're tired. So if we could evolve and get a TV series, and then we could kind of open it up even more. So that is what I'm working on at the minute as well, making the different contacts and getting in touch with different people and distribution companies and stuff. So yeah,
wow, you are busy. You got a lot going on. Yeah, so no, that will be wonderful, because as you say, I mean, yeah, we like to read. The kids like to read the books. We like to read them with them. But you know, that's another sort of way of getting VV known is from a fully animated cartoon. You know, it's amazing for everyone. Amazing for you. Amazing for the animals. Amazing for the kids. There's no loser in that situation. I'd watch.
Exactly. I'd watch.
We probably will be.
I hope so.
That's absolutely amazing. I mean, obviously, you know, I'll put links to where everyone can get the book in the description of the video. I'll put all your social media accounts in there, so everyone knows where to go to see these wonderful books and everything about what you're up to. But yeah, that's everything. Unless you've got anything else that you want to say.
No, that's awesome. Just thank you for having me on. And I didn't even have that.
For everyone who wonders what was happening there, I mean, I am a bit of a waffler. So I said, if I say anything inappropriate or something, I'm just going on for far too much. Just make the special symbol, you know, and then I'll know to stop talking. So,
and to be fair, I haven't done it yet, have I?
Oh, yeah, I think you've just been nice. I mean, I think I should have been cut off several times.
No, it's all good. I talk way too much, so it's nice not to be the main talker.
Thanks very much for coming on, Tina. It's really, really been awesome to speak to you, you know, and I can't wait to see what comes out in the future. I'm super excited. So I'll put links to where you can get the books in the description of the video, and to Tina's social media accounts, so you can see everything that she's doing now and in the future. And I'll see you all guys later. Thanks again, Tina, for coming. It's been really fantastic, and good luck with everything you're up to.
Thank you so much. I'll keep you posted.
Thanks very much. See you, Tina.
See ya.